Hello. Hi, everyone. Hi, we join Anne Maria, Jennifer, Kai from Oslo, Liddell. I remember reading your comment, Liddell. Your birthday's on February 5th. I remember you said that. That's when I'll be overseas. Anyway, stay tuned. Hi, Edie from, yes, rainy California, indeed. Yeah. I'm in your neck of the woods east of you, but yeah. Esther, hi. Happy Saturday. Oh, no, it's Sunday, isn't it? It's Saturday. It's Saturday, I think. Anyway, Jan. Yeah, hopefully somebody from France is in here. Bronwyn, hello from Australia to you. I hope you're doing well. Esther, Exotical, Lien. I'm not sure how to say your name. I know I read your comment from Germany. So thank you. And Maria, thank you for the happy birthday. And we join all of you. I know it's my birthday live stream. Actually, it's my birthday weekend. My birthday was technically yesterday, but this is my birthday weekend. Just saying. Hi, Claire. Hi, Lavender Chic. Anyway, yes, in French, happy birthday is joyeux anniversaire. So I probably butchered that anniversaire, but anyway. Hello, thank you for your birthday wishes. Hi, Carol. Hi, Jeff. Yes, thank you, Edie. I know, yesterday I went to lunch with a friend to this little place that it's like a kind of a sports bar kind of place, but they have pizza and stuff. Anyway, we went there and my friend said to the lady that, oh, it's her birthday today. And I said, I am 70. Like, I just couldn't wait to say it. Like, I'm a septuagenarian, guys. Septuagenarian. It's freaking A. I know people like are in terror of their birthdays. You know how I feel about this. Like, it's just, come on, embrace it. You're still above ground. You're still here. Oh, is that your nephew's birthday too, Shay? Okay. Thank you, Lavender Chic. That's a good way to rock those emojis there. Oh, my accent's fantastic. Not really, but it will get better. It will get better en France. So, oh, you'll be there in March in France, Jan? Okay. Well, you'll have to connect with me and see where I don't know where you're going in France, but yeah. Hi, Rhonda. Oh, you'll join in May, Bronwyn, to be the big 7-0. I know. I love it, actually. It just sounds better than in the 60s somehow to me. Yeah. Oh, you'll be 70, Jan. Oh, okay. Okay. I know, 70. Come on. And the thing that's cool about turning 70 is there's really not another major birthday till you hit 80. So I got a decade here to not that I would worry anyway, but it's like, it's so nice to just not have to I just can say I'm in my 70s for the next decade. So that's cruel. That's cruel. Did I just say, I meant to say that's cool. It's cruel. Well, I just think you have to have a great attitude. So, my mom was always she hated getting old. She never told people her age until she turned 90. The year she turned 90, which was her last birthday, all of a sudden now she was real proud of it. I was like, Mom, you could have been doing that for the last 20, 30 years. But no, she didn't really know how to embrace that. So anyway, you guys know what's important for the birthday. You know what I've got here. Now, I've already dug in because yesterday was my actual birthday. So I got a 1 pound box, but I will show you that I usually take about 4 days to eat these. So I started on birthday eve because, birthday eve is a special day. And then you got your birthday and then you got your, post birthday, which is today. Anyway, I've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 chocolates left out of the box. So that's about a little more than a third. So I will have one with you right now. So this is your chocolate break, if you have any goodies, Doesn't have to be chocolate. If you have anything you want to have, now's your time. So this is this is a chocolate buttercream that I am showing you here. So I'm gonna take a bite. Mm. Mm. This is my chocolate face. I have family films from when I was a kid that when I would put chocolate in my mouth, I'd have the exact same expression. No, Lavender, I didn't do cake. I have kind of a gluten intolerance in the US. I'm hoping in Europe I will not, because I've heard it's different. The things that are in our wheat products are different over there, and it might not bother me because I just developed this. And so I didn't eat cake. I just had chocolate. And I got a special free birthday drink at Starbucks. I got a double chocolatey chip frappuccino. So that was my birthday goodies. Hi, Anne. Thank you from Scotland. I know. Chocolate's the best. I mean, I understand if you don't love it. I'm not judging you about that if you don't love chocolate. It takes all kinds to make a world. So, but well, Esther, you can order C's through online through the mail. That you don't have to just have it I ordered these. I actually ordered these online. So thank you, Danila. So glad. I just want to share with everybody. Danila was one of my earlier subscribers. She was subscribed to my channel long before my channel blew up. And I think you live in Texas, Danila, and you're originally from Argentina, I remember. So anyway, thank you so much for being part of the live stream today. Yeah, I know they do sell gluten-free cake, Lavender Chic, but I eat some things gluten-free. I have these crackers that I really love that are gluten-free, and they don't taste. It's not really the taste, it's the texture of the gluten-free stuff that just I can't really adjust to. I've only had to do this the last year. For some reason, I developed some sort of intestinal thing last Christmas time, and it led me to believe after process of elimination that it was gluten, because as long as I kind of stay off it for the most part, I can have some things occasionally, but if I stay off of it, my little lower tummy is much happier. So I know, MSR 111, Lindt, sea salt chocolate truffle, yum. I love Lindt chocolate. I do. In fact, when I'm overseas, if I'm traveling, hopefully I can travel at some point and go. When I go to Germany, I got to go to the Lindt factory. Are you kidding? I just want to park there. Like, just. Hi, John. See you too. Thank you for the happy birthday wishes. Wow, stay tuned. Your sister, that's interesting. Maybe her taste changed. My mother never was a sweets eater. She never really ate a lot of sweets until she got older. And then all of a sudden she loved sweets after she was like 65 or 70. Now, I've loved sweets all my life. So, especially chocolate. Hi, Frugal Happy Vegan. Thank you for your birthday wishes. Sacramento. Gail, you're in Sacramento. That's funny. I'm sorry. If you live in California, Yeah, Sicily is where my family comes from, on my dad's side, and I actually have second cousins there. And when I'm living over there, I'm hoping to go visit them. So in Sicily. Hi, Inner You. Welcome. Oh, that's fine. You were having ginger tea. That's great. Thanks, Inner You, for being here. I think we lost Istanbul. I haven't seen her in the last 2 or 3 lives, and I'm worried about her. Hope she's okay. Well, let's hope so, Betty G. Thank you for saying that. That's really nice. Oh gosh. Gail says she's got to seize a mile from her. Oh, that would be so dangerous for me. Because they give out free samples. You literally could get a free sample a day down there. Just saying. Hi, Jim. Hello. And Liz, thank you. Ruby. Well, anyway, so welcome in all of you. Yeah, it's my birthday weekend. I'm going to have some water. I do not have green tea today. It's just too cold to have ice green tea right now. But anyway, I've got water. And no, I have not had the rest of my chocolate yet, but I'm going to take another bite before I go forward here. So one more bite on this. Hopefully you guys had some treats. These chocolates will be gone today. I know, MSR. I want to go see Andorra, actually. I just watched a do any of you guys watch this guy? His name is Liam, and he does the hiking videos. Like, he hikes all over the world. And I think he used to be in the military, and he's a young man, probably late 20s. I love his videos. They're real simple. Just like he hikes around like places. And he just did one hiking around Andorra, and it's so beautiful. And I saw that and I was like, well, I'm going to literally be a hop, skip, and a jump from there. So hopefully, yeah, I'll get over and see the little country of Andorra, one of the smaller countries in the world. Oh, frugal. You just had a baked an apple crisp. That sounds good. Thank you for your emojis, Elizabeth. Thank you, Jim. Yeah, you've watched Liam. I can't remember his last name. Is it Brown? I think it might be Liam Brown. Anyway, if you guys have not watched his channel and you love, like, I love walking. I wouldn't call myself a hiker. I mean, maybe when I lose more weight someday, I will be a hiker, but I just love his videos. He's just so calm and so down to earth about everything. And you can tell he just loves being out in nature and just walking. And it's wonderful. Oh, Daniela, thank you so much. Oh, I know. You started following me when I had like 300 subs. You did. And I bless you for that. Like, you have just been around for a long time. So, oh, Opie, I don't know how to say your name. Opie Kunka. I am butchering that, I know. Anyway, happy birthday from Iceland. I think you're my first viewer from Iceland. I want to go to Iceland. I really do. How do I spell the place I'm going? Perpignan. Perpignan, actually, I think it's technically. It's a Perpignan. That's how you spell it. I have a friend that calls it Perpignan now, just to bug me. So I don't think the people in Perpignan would be happy with that. Oh, anyway, yeah, this is great today. We might go a little longer than an hour, just saying, because there's like stuff to talk about. Anyway, think about any questions you have for me. I know I just dropped that video this morning, officially telling people where I was going and when I was going. There's going to be a lot more details to follow, but if you guys want to ask me questions, not right at the moment, but in a little bit, I'll call for your questions, and then you can ask me some more specifics that I can address live with this. But yeah. Oh, I know. Oh. Anyway, thank you. Okay, so let's do a comment of the week first. Actually, we have two. They were back to back. They happened to show up and I liked them both. And I thought, I'll just read them both. Now, this is in regards to my last video, which was about disappearing for the holidays, like just making a retreat for yourself, just taking time out for yourself. And Oh yeah, thanks, great Zaza. Yeah, I know it is. I've been researching that place for 3 years, so this was not a last minute thing on picking that city. So, but anyway, here's the comments of the week. The first is from Starshine. I love that. That reminds me of that song, "Good Morning Starshine." Remember that in the '60s? Anyway, Starshine says, "You're describing something I call the inner retreat. When I do it, I make at least a room in my home like a retreat space and make a loose itinerary for how I'll spend my days. I try to make the time as special and nurturing as possible, as though I were taking myself to a fancy resort or spa. A vivid imagination is required if you're like me and lack the motivation to keep an impeccable home." I just love that because it's like that kind of does really describe if you really want to do a retreat during the holidays, it you really want to make it special for yourself. So, maybe get yourself some candles and use candles if you like those, or get a throw for, maybe you buy yourself for Christmas a throw for like sitting on the couch and reading a book or something. Just you make it special for yourself. So, I really liked Starshine's input there. And then Day Hiker, who I know I have read one of their posts before. Day Hiker just said something real simple about what to avoid basically during the holidays. And it's just, I really like the way that they said this. It said, "There's nothing more sad than being invited to another home with a happy family and all of the things you don't have. Most people don't understand that." How true. How true. I didn't say that in this video, but I did talk about that in my holiday video, I think from the previous year, where I talked about what to avoid during the holidays and going to other people's house. And I don't mean family now. I mean people that are like friends or whatever, acquaintances, and they invite you for Christmas. But if you go to someone else's home and they have like a family unit there, and it might be different if you go to someone's house that's a single person and then they're just inviting other single people. Now that could work. But this person's talking about going and having this like family atmosphere. It's horrible. It just makes you feel even worse. It really does. So, anyway, thank you to the commenters for this week. I liked both your comments. Let me catch up on the chat over here. Bunch of happy birthdays. Thank you. Sylvia, I'm still young. Well, in my mind, I am. uh, yes. Thank you, Julie, for reminding people to hit the thumbs up. Yeah. So, and anyway, the overall theme I had for last Wednesday's video was that, or this past Wednesday's video, was that a lot of people really embraced being alone for the holidays. So I applaud that because I think that is kind of the trend of where things are going, especially as you get older. Like you just may not have family to be with, for maybe you just live too far from them, or maybe you're estranged, or there could just be tons of reasons. But yeah, I think it's important to find the positive in being alone at the holidays and make it your own. Make what you want out of it. I guess that's what I would say. Oh, today's your birthday, Dee Dee. Happy birthday. I know. Shane, you're not too late because you're here. Oh, thank you, La Bricoluz. Thank you. Yeah. Hi, Annie Shenanigans from Cape Coral, Florida. Hi, Cranston and Donna. Well, I'm going to have a complete, Jim, thank you for asking about the cost. Now, I am initially, as I said in my video this morning, I am initially had to book a Airbnb, and I had to book that for 3 months because to get my visa, you have to show you have a place to stay for 3 months. Now, I don't necessarily have to stay in that the whole 3 months. Like I could be there a month and I could find something else that's a little cheaper, and I could give notice. I mean, obviously I want to give my host enough notice. I would not just leave. But I'm guessing 3 months is about what I'm gonna need anyway. So I'm still paying less for an Airbnb than I would have for an apartment in Reno. Isn't that crazy? And I'm not a fancy apartment in Reno. I'm still paying less for a Airbnb. It's about $830 a month, but that includes everything. That includes your electric, your Wi-Fi, washing machine, water, all that. So it's more than I want to pay in the long run, but it's doable. Now I'm hoping that the rents, because I've gone online and already looked at rents in the city, just through normal, normal either a furnished apartment or even potentially an unfurnished apartment. I'm not sure, because if I get an unfurnished, I would just furnish it very sparingly. I just get like a basic bed and a table and a chair, and like I'd be real minimal. Let me just saying. But I should be able to rent an apartment there for about 600 a month. It might even be less than 600. I can find something, but I would say 600 range is probably pretty accurate for that city. Now, every city in France, it's a little different, but generally the long stay rentals, like not an Airbnb or something like that, in most cities that aren't Paris, are pretty affordable. So, yeah, I can't rent an apartment, a decent apartment in the US right now, unless it's on like a HUD, subsidized. I can't rent a decent apartment in the US right now for 600 a month, generally. I mean, I'm sure there's a few places, but no, there's not a lot of places. I know, and even I know for Annie, for an Airbnb, I mean, you know how much you pay for Airbnbs in the US? Like, generally, I mean, I couldn't believe how affordable the Airbnbs. I mean, there were some that were really expensive. I mean, I was on finding that Airbnb took me about 3 or 4 days of being constantly online, just looking at and adjusting my dates and things like that. But there were certainly more expensive ones, but they were like super like luxury. So, but this one is lovely. It's just a little studio. It looks very nice. It's got a nice big, like a slider glass door. It's not on the first floor, so it has a balcony with a little table and chairs out there, so I can enjoy the beautiful sun that is in Perpignan. So, yeah, they get a lot of sunshine there, and that was a big requirement for me. I don't know that I can really live in a place that's cloudy all the time, because I think I shared in the video, I did time in Seattle, and that was depressing to me. So it's okay to visit a place like that, but to live without sun, I can't do it. Yeah, I know. Well, I'm going to be out every day. I mean, the plan is when I'm over there, first of all, I'll be walking about 3 times as much as I walk right now. And I will literally be out every day. I mean, I will be out sitting in the cafes or sitting by the river, or, just sitting on a bench somewhere and watching people, because I love doing that. And it's going to be really wonderful. I mean, that part of it's going to be, I mean, don't get me wrong. I am not painting this with rose colored glasses at all. I am a realist. And I even know already some of the issues I'm going to have over there. But like I had this very kind lady. She sent me an email this morning after she saw my video, and she had lived in France. She was married to a Frenchman, and she shared with me all the good, bad stuff that I would have to look forward to. And I appreciate that, actually. She wasn't trying to be mean about it. She did it in a separate email. She didn't do it, as part of a post. But I already knew most of those things. Like, I know the French don't really like Americans that much. But yes, Daniel, I do. Yeah, je parle français. But the I think when people get to know you and they know you're not the norm, like you're not the stereotype, I think it helps. So what's the French? Bronwyn, you crack me up. No, Candy, I'm not going to get a car. That's the real joy too. That's what helps cut my expenses. I mean, I basically, once I'm there, I will be able to live on less than I would have been here in the US. That's the bottom line. So, um, but I don't know, I just lost my train of thought. Anyway, no, I'm very aware of like, for instance, French bureaucracy is notorious. Like when I start applying for my French healthcare, that's going to be a process, let me tell you. And I'm going to try to find other expatriates that have been through that can help me navigate that, because I know it's going to be hard. And it's just, there's some things, but you know what? That happens anywhere you go in the world. You have to deal with certain things that are going to be a lot more frustrating than other things. And the bureaucracy in France is notorious. I mean, even in Europe, it's notorious. So, yeah, Edie, I hope you're right. Now, Edie is from France. Her name on the screen is Ray, but Edie is from France, so she should know. And I think so too. I think being a senior citizen will help. You know, the lady that sent me the email, I think she lived there when she was younger, and I think it's different when you're older. I don't think people are going to be as mean to me or whatever. I mean, of course there are going to be people that are mean to you anywhere you go in the world. I mean, that goes without saying. So that's right, Jan. There is no perfect place. Yes. Anyway, okay. So I wanted to talk a little bit. Again, I'll ask you in a few minutes, maybe about another 15 minutes. We'll go into some more specific questions you guys have for me. Oh, Anne, you're in Galloway? Oh, okay. I know, Jim, I am shocked that there are mean people in Canada. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. Yeah, no wild horses. Don't worry. I'm not getting an e-bike. Any of you that have watched my channel long enough know that I actually tried getting an e-bike here about a year and a half ago. Oh my God. It was a disaster. And I just was so scared of breaking something, like falling on that thing. So yeah. I think it will, Linda. I think the ability to speak French. Oh, you guys, I got to show you this. So I came across in my box of memorabilia, I had kept my French notebook from the Peace Corps in Togo in the late 70s. This was all notes that I took during like classes and stuff. I just dropped some. Anyway, you probably can't see that very well, but they were all notes I took when I was 22 years old, because we had to go through French language study, which is one of the ways. I mean, I already had known French, but then we had to do this intensive language training for a couple of months. Anyway, this is all, and actually, oh my gosh, this is useful. This is all the numbers and stuff, which I just realized I am going to need to know some. I don't know all my numbers yet, so I gotta learn that. Okay. Anyway, look at this. This is my handwriting from when I was 22. So I'm going to look through that and see if anything's really useful, and then just like I'll either take a picture of it, because I'm trying to minimize what I have to take with me, and I don't want a lot of papers. So oh, okay. And are you? I missed that. I missed it. Was there a crabby person? Okay, I missed it because I'm talking. So yeah, Don, I think all my French will come back quickly too. It's already coming back a lot. I mean, my Duolingo has gotten easier and easier. So I do that every day. I do a little Duolingo lesson. And I fully, they're not a sponsor of my videos. They should be. Because I talk about Duolingo every pretty much time. Yes, Danila. Yeah, Danila is from Argentina, and her second language is English. Yeah, and I don't know how long you've been in the US, Danila. You might tell people that because, oh, thank you, Interview, for taking care of that. Anyway, let people know how long you've been here because, yeah, I mean, the key thing is I was not fluent in French until I lived in Togo and had to speak French every day. That's when you become fluent in French, when you literally just have to speak it every day. It just starts, you start thinking in the language, stop translating, you start dreaming in the language. And that doesn't happen till you're immersed, till you're there usually, unless you're a linguist. I mean, some of you might be linguists. I'm not a linguist by any stretch of the imagination. Oh, MSR, yeah. I actually know, I was little in Germany and I do know some German numbers. So, yeah, you're right. It is like Old English. Well, there's a lot of English that comes from German. So, Ray, I think it does come with a Ray, Edie. I think it does come with a TV, but I'm going to be on my computer, my laptop. I watch everything on that anyway. I mean, I probably will watch that just to tune into some French television because that will help me with my language. But mostly I watch on my laptop. And since it's very good internet, it's high speed internet. So, and I had to have that because I have a YouTube channel. I got to have good internet. So, okay. So Daniela's been here for 11 years. Oh, people thought you were Russian, Daniela? Oh, that's funny. Yeah. Anyway, okay. Let me share a little inspiration with you guys here for a minute. Now, this is not a book. You notice this is a notebook today. And what I do, I don't know about you guys, but I do this. I have a book. Now, I don't know if I'm taking this with me or not, probably. It depends on the weight of my suitcases. But what I did in this notebook, I have notebooks for different things. So this particular notebook is inspirational quotes in the beginning, in the first part of it. Anything really inspirational that I want to remember or whatever, I'll write it in here. And then the last part of it is actually poetry. I don't really add to this anymore, but I used to have some poems that I had. And so I put those in here on the back part of it. So it's not completely full. But anyway, I wanted to read something from this today because I really liked this quote. And does everyone know? Oh, okay, Susan, it's Sunday there. Okay. I know I have Google Translate Tcash on my phone, so it's going to be a lot easier than it used to be. You had to carry around a phrase book. But I do have Google Translate. So, okay. So this quote is from Elizabeth Kubler-Ross, she was the one who came up with the 5 stages of death and dying, and she wrote the book called On Death and Dying, I believe. Anyway, but this is an amazing quote because it's really about living. It's not about dying, this particular quote from her. And she basically said, "This is the sole purpose of existence on this planet Earth. You will not grow if you sit in a beautiful flower garden and somebody brings you gorgeous food on a silver platter. But you will grow if you are sick, if you are in pain, if you experience losses, and if you do not put your head in the sand, but take the pain and learn to accept it, not as a curse or a punishment, but as a gift to you with a very, very specific purpose." That came from her book called On Life After Death. I have not read that book, but I got that from that book. Anyway, I cannot agree with that more. People that I've known that have very little hardship in their life, in other words, they seem to, maybe you all have known people like this. They seem to just coast through life. They don't have any big problems or issues or whatever. And But the problem with that is they don't grow. They don't change, they don't grow. And to me, challenges, whatever they are, whether they're physical, mental, financial, whatever, they're all there for us to deal with and not put our head in the sand, but deal with and move through. To move through those things. So I just thought that was a really good quote for today. I remembered that I had this book, and like I said, I don't know, maybe I'll just have to take pictures of the pages. Thank God for phones is all I'm saying, because I can't carry a lot of stuff. It's like, anyway, I'll be doing a video on that very soon. Oh, good night to you, Vibeke. Yeah, Vibeke. I'm not sure. I'm not saying your name right. I know I love your comments, by the way, from she's from Denmark. And oh, and a tip français avec Pierre is a really good YouTube line. Okay. I know, Edie. It gets tiring to keep growing, but that's what life is. My big motto is keep moving forward. And that means you also move through stuff. You have to move through the stuff in your life. I'm not always like really happy. I know I'm happy on here because I actually love doing the live stream and I love interacting with you guys. But I'm not always happy, but I also don't give in to despair. I just don't. I don't give into it. I accept reality. I don't have my head in the sand about anything. And I do accept reality, but I also know that the only way to deal with hard stuff is to figure it out for yourself. Figure out what to do for yourself. So, okay, I'm just, yeah, Don, I've heard that about Latin. I never studied Latin, so I don't have that expertise. But I do have a friend that he's older than I am, and he learned Latin, and he actually knows it really well still, which is amazing. But it does help with a lot of the European languages in particular, including English and French and Italian, Spanish. Yeah, we joined. If somebody could type that in, the Perpignan. Perpignan. I just love saying it. It's a happy sound. When I just say the name of the town, it just sounds happy to me. So it's so interesting. It's like, there we go. Thank you, Jan. Perpignan. Yep. Perpignan. Is it N-O-N or N-A-N? I think it's N-A-N. Yeah. That's what I was going to say. Yeah. Thank you, Edie. Anyway, so go ahead and ask me some other questions you have about, after watching my video this morning and everything. Ask me some questions. I can't guarantee I can answer fully all of them right now, but because I'll be revealing stuff as I still have over 2 months till I'm leaving. And like I said, my big thing right now, I'll just tell you right now what I'm doing. Monday, day after tomorrow, I am heading over to San Francisco, and I have an appointment to process my visa. Now, I already filled out my visa application online, but I have to take all these documents with me. They have to fingerprint me. They have to, do their stuff to me. Hopefully there's not some sort of rubber glove involved, but I don't know what they're doing, but I got to go over there. I have an appointment there Wednesday morning. So I will be heading over to San Fran, and then I'll be heading back on Turkey Day. And I have a friend picking me up in Reno, and we're having a turkey dinner in Reno. So that's what's happening there. Oh, good question, Julie. Are you getting a storage unit here or just super purge? Okay, a little of both. at this point in time, and it could change, I'm getting a small storage unit, not for any furniture, just for personal things that I don't really feel like I want to let go of at this point. I am putting together a box of the most important, like, photos and letters, and I'm sending those to my best friend up in Oregon to store for me, just in case I don't, keep a storage unit. I just don't want to, there's the most important things that I don't want to lose, I'm sending to my best friend. But that'll only be like one box. So I am at this point going to get a storage. It's about $40 a month, which I really don't want to pay that, but I also don't necessarily want to get rid of everything right now. So I am getting rid of all my furniture. I'm getting rid of most of my, basically any clothes that I'm not taking, I'm getting rid of those. So, yeah. So it's a little of both. There's a lot of purge involved, which is hard. And I will be doing a video on that, which will really go into more specifics here. But yes, Edie, I'm expecting. Well, do you know if is there anything else I should do other than what's on their list? What would you recommend that's not on their list? Because I have everything that's on their list, but I did hear, I watched a video on this which said you should do a statement of why you want to live in France and give that to them as well. In other words, why you want to have always wanted to live in France, what you think you'll enjoy about that, and all that. So I have heard I am going to do that. Yeah, I don't know, Jim, about the bank account in France yet. I probably won't. I have a bank that I have an online bank that's actually good for overseas, because they don't charge um, foreign transaction fees, which is good. But I know that I might have to have a French bank account. And so I'm a little bit, that's one of those things that I'm a little bit nervous about that I really can't do anything about till I get there. So, anyway, okay. Yeah, it is. I think it is difficult. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said earlier, the bureaucracy in France, that's probably, to me, that's going to be the hardest thing to deal with. I think a lot of the cultural things are, I'm a, first of all, I'm an anthropologist, people. Like, and I've also lived in other countries. So that part of adjusting to another culture, that's not that hard for me. It might be for some people. For me, it's not that hard. Um, what is hard is dealing with the bureaucracy. I think what is hard is just, you're not in your home. You're not in your home country, I guess is the way to say it. Just that idea. Well, yes, we hope so, Veronica. Yeah, normal Social Security, it doesn't matter where you live in the world. You don't need to be in the US. You can be out of the country the rest of your life. You still get Social Security. As long as you're an American citizen and you're paying your taxes, you still get your Social Security. Now, there is, for people who are on SSI, which is like supplemental, no, I don't think you get paid that when you live overseas. That's the difference. But normal Social Security retirement, yes. Yeah, I know, Edie. I know. I know. That's, and I'm not sure I will have to have a French bank unless I become a long-term resident. Um, then maybe, but I'm not really worried about it. Yeah, in the first year, probably. Um, uh, is PH 57 like being inappropriate? Yeah. Yeah, I know. I share the same fear, Jan. Yeah, I hear you. Oh, you live in Cairns? Okay. Well, it's, I don't have disability. It's not as it's just retirement benefits. But yeah, I just have that automatic direct deposit, and I have a bank that, works internationally basically. So that's where I'm getting my, but I also, that's the same thing I'm getting my YouTube income put in. So, and for those of you, because I did have a person post a kind of a nasty, I had to block them because they were kind of being rude. If you actually say if you say something to me on a comment and you just go, oh, I don't agree with you, or I would never want to go to France or whatever, that's fine. I'm not going to block you for that. I mean, that's fine. But basically, when people are kind of rude about it, you guys know my policy on that. But anyway, somebody said something like, well, I don't understand how you can go there if you don't have a lot of money. Well, because you actually don't need a lot of money. That's a misconception. If you're going to live, you research the country you're going to. I know, I'm going to do a special video on this, on how I'm moving over there on a budget, basically. But also, I do have extra income. A lot of people watched my video where I was living on a little over $1,200 a month. Well, but that's just my Social Security, which is now closer to $1,300 a month. But I have now income from YouTube. So the combination of those things, and I think somebody did ask me what the minimum. I mean, I can tell you this: in France, every country's different. Every country's requirement for your income is different. But for France, I believe it calculates out. They say it in euros, but if you convert it to dollars, I just have to have $1,675 a month income, which I more than have. So, and you just have to show bank statements for the last 3 months to show you have income, basically. So the requirement for the visa on that respect is not difficult. But every country's different. In Spain, to get a resident visa, I believe you need more income than that. But in Portugal, it's actually less. I think in Portugal, unless they've revised it in the last month or two, I think you only need about 900 euro a month to get a resident visa. 900 and something like that. So, yeah. So every country's different. But for France, it works out to about $1,675 a month income that you have to get a resident visa. So anyway, okay. Yeah, not living in Paris. That's for sure. In my 30s or 40s, I would have loved to have spent about maybe at least 6 months just living in Paris, just to really be able to soak up the city and everything. I do love Paris, but as a long-term place to live, I wouldn't want to live in a city that big. Plus, it's just too expensive. So just can't do that. Yes, we join. Yeah, I know Ecuador. Years ago, I actually considered eventually going to Ecuador, but they've had some disruption politically in the last couple of years, which makes me a little. Plus, I've always wanted to go to France. So, but yeah, I know Ecuador is very affordable, though. Yes, I know that. Yeah, PH 57. Yeah, I can't go over a third of my income, but that's the way it is in the US too. So that's pretty comparable. Yes. Yeah, everything. I mean, I've researched the food there. I've researched the utilities. What's interesting to Americans, I think, is that how much more affordable, like, internet is there and cell phones are there. Like cell phone like plans, like your monthly bill, it's so much more affordable in Europe. The things that are more expensive are electricity. So if you can get an apartment where, like, at least for my Airbnb, I'm not paying electric, which is great, but electricity can be very expensive in parts of Europe. So that is one thing that is higher. Generally, other utilities are not as bad. And food at the grocery store right now is cheaper than in the US. So, and better, because they ban certain types of additives and ingredients and things like that. So, anyway, any other questions you guys have? I might have missed a question or two, but I think I'm keeping up. Hey, the chat's working today, people. What a concept. Oh, do you know what I did not do? I have not finished my chocolate. I still have 2 more bites. Those are best. Bonjour, Fabienne. And I take a stowaway. I know. Hey, I'll be sharing lots of info about the whole process. Yeah, I'll be happy to, I'll be giving you guys advice all the way along. So, Edie, the visa I'm applying for is just called the long stay visa. It's good for a year and then you can renew it. So it's just a long stay personal visa, just for personal visit thing. Oh, Enter, you asked everybody a question. How many of you will be alone for the upcoming holiday? I don't know, Florence, if I'm going to stay longer than a year. I will see how I feel the first year. I will see how that goes. If I love it, I expect that I will love it long term. But somebody here asked me something like, well, wouldn't you want to come back to the US if you're got sick or something? And I'm like, if I'm on French healthcare, why would I give that up? Are you freaking kidding me? It's a fraction of the cost and it's very good healthcare. Like, yeah. Until the US gets a better system and it's crappy, yeah, that's a no-brainer right on that score. But we'll see. I mean, if I go, I mean, I'm leaving it all totally open. I could get over there and I could like go a year. My plan is to go a year and then kind of reassess before I'm going to have to like certify my visa kind of thing. Okay, so people are, yes, visa long séjour. Yes, that's what it is, heavenly me. Anyway, lots of us are saying they're going to be alone. Oh, great, Zaza, you're reading the Bonjour effect. Oh, that sounds good. I'll look into that. Yeah. Yeah, I know. French healthcare. Some Wild Horses said French healthcare is amazing. I know. Imagine, people, and this is only for the US people in the chat, but imagine living in a country where you don't have to go bankrupt over medical bills. Just imagine that for a second. Because trust me, a lot of people in the US have to go bankrupt over medical bills. So yeah, that's true, Justin. That's what I'm saying. I may not stay in Perpignan the whole time, but I'm looking at that as my home base for the first year, and then we'll see after that. So yeah, I could decide to live in another city. The only city I pretty much know I won't live in is Paris, but everything else is possible. I mean, so yeah, Rachel, I actually did cover that. The rent in the city I'm going to for a normal apartment, I probably will be around 600 a month, I'm guessing. So pretty affordable. So yes, PH57. That's what I'll be applying for after 3 months after I have my visa. So yeah. Yeah, Esther, you need to be in France on a resident visa 3 months to apply for the healthcare. I think it might take as long as the first like 6 months to get it because it's a bureaucracy and it takes some time. But you can apply it 3 months. So if I get there the beginning of February, the beginning of May, I can apply to be on the health plan. Now, I had to get my own health coverage to cover 1 full year just to get my visa, basically. And it's just very basic coverage, like for, catastrophic, like if I have to go in the hospital or something like that. But going to a normal doctor or an urgent care there is very affordable. So if I just have to do that out of pocket, I don't have any really horrible, knock on wood, don't have any really horrible like illnesses or things that require care. So I shouldn't have to spend much unless I, just get sick out of the blue, which could, of course, can happen to anyone. Yeah, so that's the plan. I'm not sure specifically. That's a very vague thing, Marcia, about my money. Don't know what you mean. Okay, so I have a last question for you guys because, this was a bucket list item for me to go live in France, to live in Europe, and more generally live in Europe, but more specifically France. Because Marcia, I have income. I have Social Security, retirement, and plus I have YouTube income. So that's how I'm surviving. But anyway, I want to ask the rest of you, what is a big thing on your bucket list that you really want to do? What's a big thing on your bucket list that you really want to do? This is one of mine. This is one of my top ones that I'm doing. So I just want to see if you guys, what you guys want for your lives. Okay, so PH57 is living in Thailand. Okay. If it doesn't work out, Graham says go to Scotland. Okay, Graham. That's it. You have a very Scottish name, by the way. Thank you, though. That's very nice. Marcia says going to Hawaii. I have some water while I'm reading these. Living in Canada by a lake, Jim says. Esther says going to Australia. Where do you live now, Esther? Do you live in the U.S.? Okay. MS says part-time van life travel. I've done that. And there's a lot of people. Actually, I don't know if Bronwyn is still in the chat. Bronwyn's doing that in Australia, van life. So, you're doing, Suzanne, a 21-day cruise through the Panama Canal. Awesome. Jan says, love to go to Scotland. So, well, I hope you can get to Thailand, PH57. British Columbia, going to family 2 hours away, grateful. Canada, would love to see Jerusalem. Yeah, in peaceful times. I hear you, Graham. Hopefully peace will come to that area sooner rather than later. Donna would love to live in Italy. Living by the ocean, Nova Scotia. You know what's interesting for me is this ticks two things off my bucket list, which is that Perpignan is about 9 miles from the Mediterranean. So it's not like right on the Mediterranean, but it's like 9 miles. So I've always wanted to live near the sea and live in France. So I get a twofer. Well, Justin, I hope you can retire there. Oh, south of Spain, Kai? Yeah, because you're in Oslo. I can understand why sunny Spain would be a draw. Well, Kai, if you ever come through Perpignan, message me, send me an email or whatever. Wild horses, want to go to Greece and Australia, visit Portugal. Oh, that's great, Judith. Yeah, Betty, some people love van life. I loved parts of van life and other parts I did not love, but there are people that they just take to it like a duck to water. So, and I love the idea of it. Like I still love the idea of being able to travel around in a vehicle and, see everything. So, I know wild horses, 9 miles from the sea. I love that. Yeah. If I only had an e-bike, I could. I'm not getting an e-bike. I don't need to die on a French highway on an e-bike is all I'm saying. So oh yes, you're in Cannes. Yeah, well when I go to Cannes, I will do a train trip. I would like to go all the way across, go to Marseille, go to Cannes, go to Monaco, go to Nice. I would like to go to all those places. So probably not, probably the first year. I don't, I'm going to be so on a strict budget until things kind of solidify with my channel more eventually, hopefully. And so I'm going to be real careful the first year because I want to make sure I have enough. That's true. They make great 3-wheeled bikes, but I don't know where I would keep it. Oh, I'm sorry, Suzanne. You got really sick? That's not good. I know. I don't think it's free, Graham. I'm not sure yet. I don't think it's free for seniors, but I already know, like, I'm going to take the high-speed train from Paris down direct to Perpignan. And for a first class ticket, because I'm a senior, it's like $80, which to me is very affordable. So, yes, I am going to use my over 65 status. Actually, on the French train, it was over 60. It wasn't even 65. And I think I should get an extra discount being frickin' 70. You don't have a bucket list, Julie? Well, maybe you're too young. If you're young, it's understandable. Yes, I recommend that, Betty G. Good comment. What I would have done, what would have made van life so much better for me is if I had been able to have a home base. And I don't mean necessarily my own home, but even like a family member or a friend I could have stayed with periodically for like a couple weeks at a time just to kind of regroup and refresh. I didn't have that. So unless you have a place like with family or good friends that you can go at least stay once in a while, that's I think important. Oh, Edie's got a suggestion. I need to get my senior card. Is that a thing in France? A senior card? I want one of those. Did you know, Ruby, there is a Starbucks in Perpignan? I did look it up. Now, I think that's kind of an insult, honestly. I mean, if I'm in France, which has like the best cafes like ever, and you're like, they have coffee shops everywhere. Why would I go to Starbucks in France? I'm just saying. But they do have one in Perpignan. So I may check them out for the green tea. Oh, thanks everybody for sending good wishes to Suzanne. Yeah, I know. I couldn't believe they have one in Perpignan. It's only got about 120,000 people that live there. Like, I'm amazed there's one in Perpignan. But I'm going there just because I have to. Yes, I hear you, Nora, on that one. Okay, so other people don't have a bucket list. That's okay. You don't have to have one. It's not a requirement for living. But I do have, my bucket list changes all the time, but top of my bucket list has been for some time now being able to live near the sea and to live in France or Europe, other places in Europe. That's just always been probably in the top 3 or 4 things. So I figured do it now. I certainly don't want to sit there when I'm 80 and go, gee, I wish I'd done that. Oh, okay, Sylvia, in Perpignan, you go to Visa pour l'Image in September? Is September, you mean the month or you mean an area? Septembre. Visa pour l'Image. I'm writing that down. Yeah, I know that another thing I have to do when I'm there is I have to check in with the local authorities and register with them with my visa and stuff. So I know I have to do that. Yeah. Oh, Vibeke, you're still here. I thought you had to go. I'm so glad you're still here. I know it's really late in Denmark. So, oh, image pour visa. Yeah, I don't know what that is, but I wrote it down. I will research that. I research everything. So, I will do that. Oh, yes, Susan. Very important question. Of course, we're going to have live chats from France. Yeah, I'll probably be doing them 8 p.m. Perpignan time. And I believe that should be about 11 a.m. on Pacific time in the US, which means it'll be 2 p.m. Eastern time in the US. So yeah, it'll be about, I'll do it 8 p.m. my time so that you guys can still have like a Saturday chat during the day. Except for those of you in Europe, it won't, the ones of you that are tuned in from Europe, it won't really change your time that much because you're already watching me in the evening. It will actually be maybe an hour or two earlier for you. Oh, it's a festival for photojournalism. Oh, it's in September. Thank you, Justin. Okay. Interesting. Yes, we will be doing. In fact, I don't know. I have a feeling that when I first get over there, we might do more live chats. We could do maybe two during the week rather than just one. But there will definitely be a Saturday chat. That will not go away. So anyway, there will be another. Let me kind of explain what's coming up this week. So I'm taking off. I will be filming this whole visa procurement travel. Oh, oh, thank you, Ruhama. Thank you. Uh, yeah, no, Betty G, one thing I will not be wearing. Okay, I said I have a scarf on today. I got to get used to the scarves because scarves are big in France. That's true. And I will do the scarf thing. But no, beret frowned on. Don't ever want to wear a beret in France now. That's like, no. Yeah, you see, Edie said it. No beret. Do not do the beret. So, anyway, the plan is I'm leaving on Monday morning. I'm going to be gone till Thursday afternoon. I will fill you in next Saturday chat on what happens kind of on my little journey here. And I won't know whether the visa is approved or not. I mean, hopefully, knock on wood, the visa will be fine. I don't see a big problem, but you never know. So I won't get that for about 2 or 3 weeks, though. I'll get it back in the mail with my passport. They'll send it courier to me. So yeah, the scarf. Yeah, you got to do the scarf in France. Yeah, that's when I went to France 20 something years ago. I was rocking the scarf. And everybody, and I, at least on the street before I opened my mouth, I could pass for French. So oh, merci, Edie. Merci. Oh, well, Kai, I'm excited to have you guys part of the adventure too. I mean, this is going to be an adventure, and I'm bringing you along for the ride. And there will be, oh, let me just say one last announcement about like the videos that are going to be coming out. So I am going to be doing more videos in general, but there's only going to be like, there will be a definite video once a week and a definite live stream once a week. The video I've changed to Tuesdays instead of Wednesdays. Part of it was because of the holidays coming up, but part of it is just if I add a second video, I'd really rather add that like on a Friday. So there will not always be two videos during the, and I mean, we're not counting live stream here. Live stream will happen at least once a week. But for regular videos, there will be a regular video on Tuesdays. And there will be, and I think I'm doing it an hour earlier, like at 9 a.m. Pacific time. So there will be that, and there might be a second video some weeks on a Friday. I will usually announce to you on the Saturday live stream if there's going to be 2 videos coming up the next week. Now, this coming week, there was 2 videos this week. This coming week, there will just be a video on Tuesday, and there will be a live stream Saturday. The following week, there will probably be 2 videos. So just giving you guys a heads up alert. Oh, thank you, La Bricaluz. Thank you. I know. Thank you guys for being part of the chat today. Oh, hi, Amy. Welcome in. Oh, PH57 says I'm allowed to pay my rent as an American resident from allocations familial. Okay. And contact CCAS. Okay. Thank you. I think you're the only person. Well, no, I don't know if you're the only person in the chat that's actually living in France right now. So, oh, thank you, Joe. I'm not going to be there that long. So my plan is in San Francisco. I'm going to my appointment Wednesday morning. I have heard that it could take all day, even though it's only supposed to take about 40 minutes. But I've heard they keep you waiting. So I may not be able to see anything of San Francisco, honestly. If I do get out in time, I will probably go have a meal somewhere, because this is in the downtown. I think it's like, I don't know, less than 10 minutes away from Fisherman's Wharf area. So I did want to kind of go on a cable car, because I've never been on one of those in San Francisco. So yeah. Oh, the youngest person. You know who's missing from the chat today? James from Arizona. And I know he's, I think, our oldest viewer that usually is in the chat. But I have not seen him today in here. So I hope he's okay. Anyway, oh, thank you, PH57. Yeah, so who's the youngest person in the chat? Who thinks there might be the youngest person in the chat? Let us know. That'd be good. Sorry, I'm shaking the camera here because I'm writing on this table. Thank you. I wrote that down, PH57. You're also moving at 71 years, young years. Where are you going to, Nina? I know Mr. Taylor's been missing the last 2 times. I hope we didn't offend Mr. Taylor. I know. He was a solid in here all the time here with this. Okay, somebody's 42, Heavenly Me. Jennifer's 55, MS 53, Rochelle 56, Donna's 80. Well, that's so young, Donna. Get out of here. Anyway, Justin 44. Yeah, Heavenly's the youngest so far at 42. Anybody younger than 42? Thank you, Jim. Yeah, I know they have beautiful places in Perpignan. $70. Oh, thank you, Amy, for a cappuccino. Not at Starbucks. Thank you very much, Amy. Anybody younger than 42? Is that our youngest today? Okay. Anyway, yeah, so yeah, but I wish I could, since I have to go all the way over to San Francisco, which is, that's part of my budget. I'm going to share on a video what my actual budget is for this trip and what's, how much it's costing. And that's going to be included the costs I have to do just to go get the freaking visa, which is like insane that you have to go in person they have several centers throughout the US in major cities. So they have one, I think, in Seattle, in Los Angeles. They have one in Atlanta. Washington, D.C., Boston, New York. I don't know if they have one in Chicago. But anyway, it's, this is the closest one to me geographically, San Francisco. So that's where I'm going. But it's a process. It's a process. Oh, you're going to the Dordogne to start? Okay. Oh, you have your visa appointment in Boston on December 13th. You're probably going through the VFS, the same company I am. Well, good luck on that. Nina, you'll have to keep me, the Dordogne isn't that far from where I'm going to be. So we'll have to connect and be supportive of each other, even long distance in France for each other. That's great, Nina. Okay. Well, anyway, I guess we should wrap it up. We've been about an hour and 15 minutes. And oh, it's Dordogne. It's Dordogne. Dordogne. I thought it was Dordogne. Okay. Yeah. I hear you, Nina. Dordogne. That sounds Italian to me somehow. I know. I have a feeling MSR, the Starbucks in Perpignan, is probably going to have better things still than ours do. Yeah, Jim, but the thing is, these aren't consulates. We actually have to go through a processing agency. I think for a long time, France used to just do it through their consulates and then they kind of farmed it out. I have heard that recently they are taking applications at their consulates again, but they still employ this VFS company. So, and they're not the only country. This company services a lot of different countries. So, Dordogne. Okay. Dordogne. Okay. I'm glad I'm not moving there. Apparently having a problem saying that. Thank you, Candy, for the wishes. Oh, thank you, Bronwyn. Well, and you have some wonderful adventures of your own there in Australia. As you're headed in summer now, aren't you? And you headed into summer? Thank you, Anthony. Edie, the processing agency, I think, is on, I don't have it in front of me. I don't know. It's on Sutter Street, I think. I think it's on Sutter. Anyway. Yeah, MS, that's a good question or good suggestion. I'm not sure about being able to do that. I will take your suggestion and advisement, though. I will definitely still, I won't just be doing travel content or, this. I mean, there will be a lot of moving videos and relocation videos in the next couple of months, but I will be doing still videos on getting older and being an elder, orphan, being estranged. Those kinds of topics will still be important to me on the channel. So I will be doing that, but I don't know that I'll be able to do that soon, MS. Dordogne. Oh, thank you, MSR. Dordogne. There. Did I say it right that way? That was a good, you gave me a good tip there. Dordogne. Okay. Dordogne. Okay. Okay. Thank you, guys. No, it's not pronounced like that. Okay. Oh, wait. PH57 says, yes, that's how you say it. I am confused. I'm glad I'm going to Perpignan. I have to go somewhere I can pronounce it and just say it. Oh, yeah. Keep in touch, Nina. My email is always in the description of my videos. And so let me know how your visa thing, send me an email and let me know how your visa, I'll remember your name. So let me know how your visa appointment went and everything and how that's going. And I don't know when you're planning to travel over there. I would assume in the next 2-3 months. So yeah, let me know. We'll definitely be in a support for each other while we're there. I think, I won't probably see you that much, but we might be able to get together at some point. So no, she has to say the Y at the end, and that's if speaking French. You guys are just confusing me right now. Oh, if I was in Quebec, I would pronounce it that way? Okay. It's just, yeah, heavenly me. I'm just glad I'm not moving there. Of course, I would find out very quickly if I were living in that region that, so anyway. Okay, well, it's been great today. Thank you for spending my post birthday with me, and hope you guys had some treats. And thank you all for the birthday wishes, and thank you all for the kind wishes. And if you haven't seen my video that came out this morning yet, please watch it. It'll fill in some stuff for you. Oh, okay, Nina, you'll be traveling January, February, March. Okay. All right. Well, stay in touch through email and let me know. Yes, thank you, Interview, and thank you for being a wonderful moderator. I'm going to put the thing out here I'm going to say this. I don't know what I was just saying here. Thank you. Merci, PH57. I really, because we may have lost Istanbul, I don't know what happened. I'm putting a call out for at least one other moderator, maybe two, that are willing to do this once in a while when we have a Saturday chat. You don't always have to be here, but if you're willing to moderate, think about it and let me know next week in the chat or when we start the live stream, and then I can add you in. So because Interview is doing a great job, but I don't want her feeling like she's the only one right now. And, so, and I can't expect somebody to be a moderator forever either. So, I appreciate you, Interview. You're wonderful. Thank you. Yeah. Anyway, so let me know next Saturday if you're willing to maybe do part-time, once in a while, not every week, but moderating for the channel. So thank you, Suzanne, Betty G. Appreciate it. Okay. Well, anyway, I think that's all the major stuff I had to say. I told you the announcement about the videos. I'm going to be on my little trek to San Fran. I will talk to you next Saturday. And look for a video on Tuesday. And you guys are great. Thank you all for being viewers of the channel. You make the live stream just so much fun. I really enjoy that. So anyway, until next week, until next Saturday, be well, be kind, keep moving forward, and take care of yourselves. Okay, bye. I'm going to have more chocolate now.